the beautiful Florida coastline for Game 2. One game to 0, not the game we expected coming out of last week, but the Florida Flight missing their best player, Brandon Moss. How big is that going to be for them here?
Well, it's going to be 50-point differential and 13 rebounds they're going to be missing out with Brandon Moss. Granted, he did have 12 turnovers in their last game, so hopefully that'll help them clean it up in this one, but going to be a huge loss for them. Coming off of a loss, they're trying to figure out what is going to work to give them a victory.
Let's go down to the floor now for our starting lineups for the Claremont Crocs. Steve Toyloid, Cornelius Reynolds, Cody Hoff, David Luna getting a surprise start, as well as Kenny Long in for the Florida Flight, who do lose the tosses. The ball is live. It's Caleb Winfrey. Billy Aristide gets the start. Up top, there's Terrell Alfred, who's almost created a steal there. Ball's on the floor. They'll be joined by Elliot Glegg, Caleb Winfrey, and Grant Gullett. Reynolds to start off the game with a 3. Just strong. Caleb Winfrey the rebound. Still a 0-0 ball game here in the first quarter.
Well, he struggled to get his shot going in the first quarter.
There's the guy who will get his shot to fall in the first quarter. The first 3 points of the ball game belong to Terrell Alfred.
And what a sight for sore eyes for the Flight. Great job by Terrell knocking down the open trade ball to blow this one open.
Daniel Luna falling out of bounds. Now Steve Toyle taking a 3. Just strong, and Billy Aristide the rebound.
With this lineup of the Flight, we're going to expect to see a lot more ball movement than we are accustomed to seeing.
Alfred the fadeaway 3, so he's 1 for 2 today. He hasn't played in an FBA game in at least a month.
But he's done a lot with other leagues, getting some basketball in, so he's not too rusty.
A 3-0 ball game. Here's Grant Gullett, the second leading scorer in the FBA right now in the playoffs. There's the pump from right up top. Billy Aristide misses that one, and the ball is going the other way. Daniel Luna, the layup is good. It's a 3-2 ball game.
And early on, the Flight's going to have to find a way to get off to a quick start. Their last game, that was the difference maker, that first quarter. How can they rectify that in this game?
Aristide to Alfred, now left side. The bounce pass in. Grant Gullett backing in on Cornelius Reynolds. A good matchup, and he puts it through.
And early on in their last game, we witnessed Grant Gullett bang with the big fella, or the slim fella, really, in Cornelius. And right there, it worked again.
So Grant Gullett actually was a little bit cold last game. There's a guy along 2, Cornelius Reynolds, for the first 2. But Grant Gullett, kind of the opposite of the way we're normally accustomed to him playing. 10 points, 2 of 12 from the field, and 0 of 7 from beyond the arc. That ball swatted away down low. The Claremont Crocs coming alive here, a 5-4 ball game. Reynolds loses that one. A great call by the officials there of just letting that one ride. Kenny Long inside, and the lead to the Crocs.
Kenny Long so smooth when he gets the basketball, attacking the seam, double clutching, and finishing over the top of trees. Great job by Kenny Long. But on the other end, previously, loved the job facilitating by Terrell Alfred. Unfortunately, Claremont was able to get that block.
Gullett underneath. Aristide the extra pass. Terrell Alfred sets his feet. Off the mark, he's shooting 34% from beyond the arc this season. Cornelius Reynolds, one dribble and a block down low. Grant Gullett gets that one to go. Glegg, other side up with the left hand, and he missed it.
Heard the footsteps. That's a great block by Grant Gullett and a great intimidator badge by Steve.
Ball knocked out of bounds by the Flight last.
What a sequence, huh?
Yeah.
Great job by the whole Flight defense elevating to block that one, but man, you got to finish that one. Elliott is going to come alive in this, and I just know it.
The inbounds goes to Kenny Long, right wing. He's guarded by Glegg. Man-to-man defensive formation for the Florida Flight. Now Long up with the left hand, and Billy Aristide hauls that one in. Grant Gullett will run things now. Gullett inside on Reynolds. Missed it off the front. He's looking for a better game than he had last week, especially looking to step up since there's no Brandon Moss. A foul on the floor.
And speaking of Brandon Moss, he coming off of a 50-point, 13-rebound game, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 3 assists, but he was still -6 because of those turnovers, and obviously they lost. But in the second half of that game, this flight team came alive. So now, how can they build a better first half to combat the one that they came in their last game? Because Crocs came out firing, and right now, this has been quite a chess match.
8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cody Hoth, long 3, no. He was 3 of 6 last game.
Cody Hoth was having a phenomenal playoff run, and I expect him to have another good game.
Arstein, other side, no. Ball tipped around. Cody Hoth, here he comes.
There's a lid on the basket for both of these teams. Defense has been doing a great job of closing out and making these shots difficult.
Luna misses that one off to the right. Hoth the rebound inside. Him against Caleb Winfrey, and Winfrey will get credited with the steal there. Terrell Alfred, other side, up with the left hand. It's good, and the Flight take the lead back 7-6.
That's a great job by Terrell Alfred. He's been the piece that they were missing. His aggression early on has proven difficult for the Crocs. Granted, it was the first quarter, very, very low scoring, but just knowing that he's that aggressive has been a breath of fresh air for the Flight.
Terrell Alfred with 5 out of the 7 Florida Flight points. They lead by 1. And Reynolds heard me say that, draining along 2.
Reynolds, man, oh man, we cannot say enough about him. He led the game in points and rebounds in their last game. 5 assists, 2 steals. Phenomenal display of leadership by Cornelius.
Alfred up top gets a screen from Gullett, now down inside. And a charge.
Ooh, that's a great job. If that is a charge, oh.
No, they'll count the basket. I saw a fist pump and I immediately saw charge, but so Terrell Alfred taking it inside, and now the Flight back with the lead by 1.
Terrell Alfred being so aggressive early on right there, getting the opportunity to make an and one play. Phenomenal job of being aggressive, but even if it was a charge, I would believe it, because in their last game they drew 2 crucial charges in the most pivotal points of the game in the third quarter. Daniel Luna, if those who remember or those who were watching, picked up a charge, and that spurred a big run for the Crocs. So with them being that aggressive, it's going to be difficult for the Flight to continue to get buckets like that, but Terrell Alfred has proven otherwise.
Terrell Alfred 92% from the free throw stripe this season. The Flight up by 2. A 10-8 ball game. And now a 3 on the way. It's good. No, they'll mark it along 2. So a lot of foots on the line today to start this one off. Montel Williams gets on the board. It's a 10-10 ball game. Another long 2 by Winfrey is no good. Hoth the rebound.
I love the matchup with Montel and Terrell Alfred, but man, that was a bucket by Montel.
The bounce pass inside. Toyloy can't hang on to it. Hoth now takes the 3. Ball swatted around by David Luna. Here comes Winfrey. Winfrey all the way to the basket, no good. He was Seth Hilton's best friend. Rest in peace, his soul. Seth Hilton, we miss you here in the FBA, and a travel by the Crocs. Steve Toyloy upset.
What a run. So nobody able to get the buckets to fall on that one. Caleb took on the whole Croc team, and he had a pretty good look, just ain't able to get that one to go. But on the other end, a travel. So both of these teams are going to have to go away from the transition offense and try to actually get into a set.
Alfred right up top off the backside of the rim. Toyloy the rebound.
Toyloy pulled in 11 in his last game. Dominant on the boards.
Another foot on the line. Cody Hoth down low with the big guys.
Cody Hoth has really impressed me over this playoff run, and the last playoff game, he just was dynamic. Coming in, shooting the way he shot, and he came in and capitalized in their last game. He just had a nice playoff run.
Cornelius Reynolds down low, making the layup. He's got 6. 5:15 to go in the first, a 12-10 game. Claremont Crocs started out this season 11-3. The Florida Flight were 12-2. Adam Waldo down low, the old school big fellas. Toyloy against Adam Waldo. Beef on beef, as you like to say, Alvin. Reynolds for three, banks it in! The bank is open on Saturday.
And he's laughing too because he may have forgot his debit card. The bank is open for Cornelius. She's shooting like that. This is a scary sight for the flight.
He got a cash advance. The step back from Gullett. Toiler the rebound.
Banks closed on this side.
4:34 to go in the first. Mo Williams straight away off the front side. Looked good coming out of his hands.
It looked really good.
And a reach and foul on David Luna.
You get multiple. You got to give up that first one. Good job being aggressive. And a good job by the officials to call that one. Already with the fire.
Gullett up top. A 15-10 game. Here's Glegg, trapped in the corner. Up top, Alfred, another three. That one's out. And Gullett, the big man down low, in for the rebound. He'll find Glegg. Left side, three good. No.
That was a great job by Claremont to double him.
David Billingsley down on the floor. In some pain. He's able to get up. He's holding his face.
Yeah, he took quite a fall, and coming from that height when you fall like that is just really a blessing. He's able to get up and shake that one off. But gotta commend this Claremont defense on the other end, forcing difficult shots. Grant Gullett able to get the offensive board, but not able to do anything with it because of how quickly they crowded him and just made his life difficult, and they were able to close out on the shooter. Great job by Claremont.
Alfred to the left. Glegg, Gullett up top. Mr. Terry Cleveland, a high arcing three. That one just rims out. Nicholas Turner, the rebound.
That's a good shot by Terry. Make them respect your jump shot. That's going to open up lanes for guys to cut and make other slashing attacks later on.
The Claremont Croc in number 8 is out on the floor as well. He's like their sixth man. The mascot for the Claremont Crocs.
Love it.
It was funny, they kind of transitioned mascots midway through the season. The first one was this like alligator looking Hulk.
He was jacked. He lifted weights with Jerry.
Yeah, exactly. Our fantastic producer Jerry Pettit with us today as always. Jesse O alongside Alvin Delvey. Crocs off the mark on that one. And here comes Elliot Glegg. Up top, Gullett three.
Wow, Jesse.
Flight searching desperately for those threes to fall. They were 13 of 46 last game.
Well, let me tell you, the issue with your shots not falling, this Claremont team does a great job of crowding the paint. So if you cannot knock down threes, it's going to be very difficult to get these buckets to fall, especially down the stretch.
Alfred inside up with the left hand. It's good.
That's a tough move by Terrell Alfred. They were missing that in their last game, being so aggressive early on, finishing with the lefty. Great ball fake to get the defender to freeze a little bit.
That was our first made basket in 3 minutes.
Felt like the whole quarter.
Yeah, Terrell Alfred now with 10 of the 12 points for the Florida Flight. Grant Gullett with the other two. 2 minutes and 18 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Well, Jesse, let me tell you, I'm loving the mentality Terrell Alfred came in. He came in kind of like Jimmy Buckets. You know, no shave until you get the championship. Came in, and he's gritty, playing his heart out. Love it.
A timeout on the floor. 2 minutes and 18 seconds to go. It's a 15-12 ball. 2 minutes, 18 seconds to play in the first period. 15-12 the score. We get set for more basketball here in Orlando, Florida.
Early on, the tail of the tape has been Terrell Alford. Get him the ball. He's made great decisions, getting his teammates involved, but also putting up the lion's share of the points for this Flight organization.
Billingsley to Turner, in on Gullett. Good defense there by Gullett. Turner, the spin around jumper is off. Cody Hoff banging with the big fellas down low. And Gullett, a good fight for the rebound. That one was off of Mo Williams last. It's a good call.
Love the effort by both of these teams going after it. You see guys hustling and bustling for the ball, and just a great offensive possession by the Crocs, but even better job defensively by the Flight.
Gullett, left side, will shoo off his defenders, makes the move into the lane. And Reynolds now going the other direction, full speed down the far side, into the left lane, fouled on the floor.
But right there, it's been working. That's the caveat or the adjustment that this Croc organization has put on since their last game. You see that double coming from the baseline as soon as he's banging on the post, not giving him enough time to figure it out, because that's what was really working in their last game. So good job by Coach Luna to figure that out and watch tape and get with his guys to send that double early, because now it's going to force you to be a shooting team. Ball's going to have to move around the horn.
Cody Hoff, an easy basket into the lane.
That's a great job, great design on that play, but ball's going to have to move around the horn on that double team, and you're going to have to shoot a jump shot.
17-12. Not too many baskets made by either of these teams, and the scoring drought for the Flight will continue. They get their own rebound, so now a second chance. They pass it left. Elliot Glegg, now Grant Gullett inside, up with the right hand. Good, and he made a basket.
That's the only way to beat a double. Great ball movement and quick moves off the dribble. Grant Gullett being the beneficiary of a nice rotation of the basketball. Now he gets a trip to the line to complete an and one. Great job by both of these teams really adjusting, playing a little more chess than we've seen in their last game.
Grant Gullett now at the line. In their last game, he was 6 for 8
Jesse
from the free throw stripe. And he will be good on that one, shooting 71% from the free throw line this season, and now the Flight trail by 2.
It's a great move.
Inside, Mo Williams off the mark. And what do you know, the Crocs get their own rebound. Hoff in on Cleveland, up with the right hand, and Aristide for the Flight. Under 1 minute to play in the first quarter, a 17-15 game. Glegg spinning now inside, and he shot it just strong. The Flight need to start making some of their baskets.
Jesse, you know what I'm going to say here. $1 million move, but 10-cent finish. Shout out Nana June. We got to find a way for Elliott to get activated.
Denawa again, left side. Reynolds for 3.
That's a big shot by Cornelius.
20-15, now 18 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The step back from Gullett, and it's off to the left. Mo Williams will save that one. 9 seconds left to go. Reynolds up the floor. Hoff, the bounce pass to Denawa, and Denawa banks it in with 4.2. Denawa on the board, and he was fouled.
Jesse, this could be a 6-point swing to end the quarter. Wow, that's how you finish a quarter for Claremont. This is an elimination game for them. They are trying to win this and send it home. Everyone packing. Jerry Bear crew disbanded. That's what Claremont has come into this game with, and it's going. It's rolling for him.
Denawa now with 3 points, a 23-15 game. 3.8 seconds left on the clock. Now here's Terrell Alford, who will probably get the last shot of the quarter, and he gets it off in time. Terrell Alford missing a couple threes there. 23-15 the score here after the first quarter. this quarter, it's a 23-15 game. The 1 versus 3 seed playing here in the FBA Finals. Game 2, Game 1 was won by the Crocs, 95-89, and that was what seemed just like a knife to the heart loss for the Florida Flight. Ball tipped around up top. Terry Cleveland with the big men down low. Alfred, a pump fake, now runs baseline and loses it. Kenny Long, the other direction, going in on Elliot Glegg. He'll put it up with the left hand. It's good.
Smooth job attacking in transition by Kenny Long, but that was facilitated by Clermont's defense. Once again, we've been talking about that all season. Flight's going to have to figure out a way to get points on the board.
Glegg for 3. Off the mark, so that was his first one of the game here in the second quarter. Elliot Glegg in their last game was cold at the beginning, 5 of 18 from the field in total, but he made 3 fourth quarter three-pointers and ended up going 3 of 11 from beyond the arc in their last loss to this Claremont Crocs team in Game 1 of the FBA Finals.
And there's a lot of highlights really in the second half for this Flight organization, and Billy played very well, 9 points and 7 rebounds, but what he did on the defensive end against Steve was really tremendous. So got to find a way to get guys involved early. Right now it's not Brandon. However, Terrell, he's been the one going, and he's not been selfish with it. It just doesn't seem like anyone else can get their shots to go.
Gullett might be the guy.
Might be. He is the guy. It's been Grant Gullett and Terrell Alfred going at it, really putting the team on their backs. Got to find a way to get other guys involved, because in the stretch, you're going to need a team effort.
Reynolds to the right side. Kenny Long to Toyloy, and now Toyloy over the defense. He finished with 19 points last game, 7 of 9 from the field, but the interesting part about that one is he didn't miss those last 2 shots of those field goals until the fourth quarter.
Jesse, he's just dynamic, a real diesel tank in the block, and what he does to deter shots and get boards is just phenomenal.
The flip up by Alfred is good.
Doesn't deter that one. That's just the mentality of Terrell. He's getting buckets, and he's getting them often, getting them in the scope of the offense. Love the game he's produced thus far.
A 27-19 ball game here in the second quarter, 9:45 to play. A bullet into Hoth, who couldn't hang on to it. Gullett takes it away. Alfred fouled in transition before he made the shot.
That's a smart foul, because that was a bucket if you let him go. Granted, he's probably going to knock those free throws down, but that's a great look on the cutter by Steve. Just the pass was behind him. Cody was cutting hard, aggressive, pass behind him, turnover, and now you got a shot at the line.
9.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Grant Gullett up top.
We're just going to pretend like I didn't say that he was going to have shots.
There we go. That 3's good. Late signal by the officials there, but they confirmed.
That's a great job by Grant getting his shot to fall. And an elite player like Grant, once he gets one to drop, he's going to get a bunch to drop.
Long off on that one. Here's Elliot Glegg, a 5-point game. This is a lot closer than it was in the second quarter of last game. Aristide. And Grant Gullett was about to tear the rim off, but he decided, you know what, I'll play it safe. A 3-point game.
If he would have banged that one, I probably would have lost my mind. Polly Wealth would have been coming down. Fireman carrying Jerry to the car as we're leaving the building.
That one misses. And another miss. Still a 3-point game. Billy Aristide down low, and a block on the glass by Cornelius Reynolds. Long to Toyloy, and Toyloy going inside, his 3rd and 4th point of the ball game, and now the lead back to 5.
We've seen Cornelius with those chase down blocks quite a few times in this playoffs, and right there just smacking it off the glass, and they get a big bucket after. Love the defense going to offense.
Alfred, the long 2, is off the mark. Grant Gullett will give them a second chance. Now Glegg for 3. It's good! And a timeout taken by the Crocs to quell this Florida Flight gain. 29-27, it's a 2-point game. The Claremont Crocs up 1-0. Or excuse me, in the series, but up by 2 in the game. (29-27), 7:58 to go.
Love how we got into that break. And Elliot Glegg knocked down 3 to get him going and ignite this Flight offense.
Reynolds out to Long. Long good for 3. Makes one right back.
That's how you answer back with a 3 of your own with tight defense. Love this battle between Elliot Glegg and Kenny Long. It's getting personal.
Glegg baseline, Terry Cleveland over the defense. And he turns to the bench and tells them to shush. Oh my, Terry Cleveland.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
32-29. Long up top. Reynolds to Toyloy. Now Long. He tried to make that over Aristide, and Aristide will throw it ahead. It's batted away by the Crocs. David Luna with the recovery, and here comes a second chance for Claremont. Reynolds, right side. For 3. Ball batted around. Elliot Glegg the rebound. It's a 3-point game. 6:45 to go in the second quarter.
Ooh.
Terrell Alfred a stutter step inside, and it doesn't go in. Just clanked it off the front.
Wow, left that one a little bit short, but what a move by Terrell Alfred. He is a bucket. Just not able to get that one.
Other side. Kenny Long with a screen from Toyle, rolled the opposite direction, now spins in and misses it wide right.
$1 million move, 10-cent finish.
Glegg with his team trailing by 3. Now our side to tie it up. No. Reynolds flips it in.
That's a great job to get that lefty to go over the outstretched hand of Grant Gullett. Cornelius Reynolds is going to have himself another solid performance in these finals.
Reynolds out of Claflin University, and an offensive foul. That one's against Billy Aristide, and they're going to have to bring in Adam Waldo.
And love the intensity the Lunatics bring. David right there being the beneficiary of that call and trying to get his team pumped up for the cause. Not like they need it.
No. 34-29, over halfway through the second quarter. Mo Williams underneath. Here's Turner, and he traveled.
That was a good job by Mo Williams to probe, but Turner was not able to get that pass clean enough to do something with it.
(34-29), Terrell Alfred up top. It's win or go home for the Florida Flight. They're trying to force a game 3. Gullett inside, off the mark to the right.
It's a great job getting to the lane. Now Gullett just got to start finishing through the contact that he's getting.
Mo Williams, good for 3.
Oh, it's winning time for Claremont. Their shots are falling. They're trying to keep a comfortable lead. They're trying to keep their foot on their neck and not go to a game 3.
Williams 1 for 9 from beyond the arc in their last game of play. Had 7 points, 3 of 14 from the field. So both teams with their main shooters cold last ball game.
Well, when you watch film, you understand who's been doing it for you. You understand what they like to do. So it's easier to game plan for a guy who's a predominant shooter. Like, okay, I understand Mo Williams likes to come out to pick and rolls and pick and pops. He likes to do pull-up threes, so now you're going to guard against that.
And a block down low. Gullett setting his feet against Reynolds. Now a quick pass to the left side. There's a 3. Terrell Alfred, they missed him.
Hand down, man down. Terrell Alfred sneaking into that short corner and banging home the trifecta.
5-point game, 37-32, 4.5 minutes left in the second. Hoth rising, can't put it through. Turner, back to Hoth for 3. And here's Gullett and the flight.
Love the effort by Turner to fight for those boards.
Gullett with the right hand. No. Reynolds swatted away by Grant Gullett. Gullett flying out of nowhere, and Terrell Alfred with the foul.
Hey, Terrell Alfred just lifts weights on that one. Both going for the ball. It is a foul, but those are the fouls where it's like, you know what, I lift a lot of weights.
Yeah, you got to call it.
Yeah, it's just, I lift weights. If you're Terrell, I get it. But love that effort by Grant. You smoke one on one end. You don't let that hang on you. Don't let that dwell on you. Run back, and you get a big block for your team. Love that effort.
David out of the game. David Luna, I should say, but David Billingsley in the ball game, but we'll have to wait for that one. 37-32, under 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. We'll be right back. (37-32), 3:58 to go in the second quarter. Jesse O, Alvin Delvey, Jerry Pettit, and the gang bringing you FBA basketball all season. We don't want to go home, but this could very well be our last game of the season.
Claremont has other plans for us.
Ball goes out off the Crocs. It's a 5-point game.
You gotta love the officiating in this game thus far, you know, letting guys play, but then calling the big ones. So hats off to the officiating crew, doing a great job in this first half.
Alfred almost lost that one. Glegg, left side, Gullett. The fadeaway, good!
Wow. What a shot by Grant. The fader, after getting cut off, phenomenal job to get his shot to fall, bring him to a 3-point deficit.
Mo Williams underneath, and he couldn't make it. Turner swatted away by Gullett. That's his third block of the ball game. Hoth for 3 left side. Gullett the rebound, and he's grabbed, going the other direction.
That's what you get with a player like Grant Gullett. Doesn't matter if his offense isn't as hot as he would like. He's going to give you 110% on the defensive end. 3 blocks right there coming off of Nick Turner. And one thing about Turner, when he gets those boards, he has sure hands. He dunks majority of them. He's very strong and very stout around the basket. So to get a block on him in that type of situation is a pretty big deal. Phenomenal job by the Crocs, but even better job by Grant Gullett.
Right side, Aristide driving in, the floater off the mark. Turner the rebound. Here's Billingsley, left side, Mo Williams. Comes to a stop, Cody Hoth down low, fouled. So here's Cody Hoth from the line, shooting 73% this season, and he makes the first one.
Cody Hoth has been one of those highlights for me, going back to the point of when you have a leader, a clear leader like Cornelius Reynolds or Steve Toiloy, for instance, on the team, you kind of know they're going to be the lion's share of your points. So when a guy like Cody Hoth comes in, when those two aren't playing their best game, Cody Hoth steps in and has a phenomenal day and continues to do so. It's just a nice sight, especially for a coach.
Bank shot no good on the other side. And now here are the Crocs, other way. And that one's taken away by Glegg. Here come the flight. 5-point game.
That was a great pass by Montel. Wow.
Gullett. To the right. Traveled.
Got to go back to the passing by Montel right there, trying to be a leader. Let his guys know his vision is insane right now. If anyone plays 2K, they know the needle threader badge is on Hall of Fame. The way he's able to fit these passes in these tight spaces is just phenomenal. If you're on his team, be ready because he's looking.
And an offensive foul on Mo Williams.
Right there, that's such a great job of Terrell Alford by being a menace on defense, not allowing him to rub off that screen the way you would want. There's a little bit too much space in that screen. Phenomenal job by Terrell to capitalize on that.
Glegg running the point up top. 5-point deficit still for the flight. Right side. Arstide in the lane, airballs it. Flight shooting woes continue.
Struggling against the pressure from this Croc defense.
Mo Williams. And now Turner back up top. Reynolds. Offensive foul again.
And right now, both of these teams are pretty one-dimensional when you're looking at the scope of the game. The game plan has been to attack, get to the paint or the restricted area, and from there, try to ignite the offense. So great job by Grant Gullett, understanding that that's where they want to go, setting his feet down, putting his body on the line, and drawing that contact.
39-34, a minute 28 to go in the second quarter. Glegg to the left. Now inside, Gullett has that one knocked away. David Billingsley running the floor on the far side. Now baseline, a bullet inside to Denawa. And it was off the flight last.
Wow, love the energy by both of these teams.
Here comes the inbound from Denawa. Right side of the basket from the baseline. Mo Williams fading away, it's good.
There you go. Right there, getting the defense to respect that mid-range jump shot and make you understand that he can score at all three levels. That's going to open his game up coming down the stretch.
Final minute of the first half. Alfred, good. Mid-range jumper is bona fide.
I love the matchup you have here. Terrell and Montel, Elliot Glegg and Kenny Long, just loving this.
35 seconds to go in the second quarter. Reynolds, a foot inside the arc, and the Crocs get a second chance. Reynolds again, no. Nicholas Turner, yes.
Way too many offensive possessions for the Crocs. You're not going to win too many games against these guys doing that and allowing that.
A 7-point lead for the Claremont Crocs. 15 seconds to go. There's Elliott Glegg right up top making that one. And a 5-point game. 10 seconds to go. Elliott Glegg with 5 points. Reynolds could very well get the last shot of the first half. 3 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Reynolds up with the right hand. Banks it in to finish the first half of the ball game. So Cornelius Reynolds with 16 points. Alvin a little bewildered in a 45-38 ball game. Alvin, the Flight need to figure something out. They're trailing by 7 here as we go into the half. Obviously not the same as it was in their last ball game, but still, they do not want to go home today. The Crocs have the lead in the series 1-0. What do the Flight have to do to get better in the second half?
Well, they have to really, the first thing is they got to get their shots to fall. Now, that's nothing that we can control or that they can control. They got to find a way to get better shots and really continue to move that ball around the horn so that way guys respect the shot and they can have better seams to attack.
We'll take a timeout for the half, and when we return, will the Crocs win the Florida Basketball Association Championship, or did the Flight force a Game 3? We'll find out when we return. Aerial coverage of the game today presented by Videasy.com.
At Envy Labs, we build web applications that start with an idea. They move through strategy and need an outside eye ahead of wireframes and technical specifications. There's design and layout and functionality, but there's also performance, things like accessibility and data visualization. It all comes together for what ultimately is a successful launch. Over the past decade, Envy Labs has built platforms that pair things like data and sports or environmental science. We've built technical training platforms around data science and around network administration, and we've bootstrapped and sold our own product. We are a temporary CTO and an outside specialist in strategy, design, and development. It takes a lot to go from idea to launched web application, but it's all right there in our name. Reach out to hello@envylabs.com and let's take a look at your idea together.
Fries and shakes Oviedo Mall. Best burger you'll ever eat. It's worth the drive.
Hey, what is up, everyone? My name is Susie, and I'm a full-time partner streamer on Twitch.tv. I've made it my mission to help gamers win in every area of life. So whether it's helping you win in gaming by teaching the latest tips and tricks on whatever games you might be playing, helping you win in fitness through my daily fitness streams, or even just helping you win in your week, we're building genuine community, and we've got a place just for you. So I want to encourage you right now to follow me over at twitch.tv/SusieLive. I stream Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and we hope to see some of you soon.
Aerial coverage of the FBA Finals presented by Videvo as we bring you back into our location in Orlando, Florida. It is called the Florida Basketball Association, but we've been playing a bubble season and we've been here with you all year long in Orlando, Florida. Jesse O alongside Alvin Delvey and Jerry Pettit, the Jer Bear Productions crew. Alvin, you got a chance to talk to both of these coaches at the half. Seems like the Flight have their backs against the wall. What Coach Mark King say?
Well, to start off with, Coach King just really said that they have to stop sleeping. They have to start playing like they're the #1 team, they're the #1 seed, and they just got to get back to the fundamentals. It's been very rough, as you witnessed in that first half. They haven't been able to get shots to fall. They haven't been able to really get anything going offensively outside of Terrell's penetration, and from there his decision-making on the floor. So trying to find a way to spread the ball around and do a better job of getting everyone involved, getting everyone activated, and just overall wake up. It's game time. It's winning time. Playmakers have to make plays. And on the other end, Coach Max Luna, he just wants to stay true to who they are. They got to continue doing what they've been doing, and that's playing stout defense, boxing out, and letting defense turn into offense. And on their end, it's obviously easier to play and finish strong without Brandon. When Brandon Moss is in the game, quote from him is just literally, when he turns it on, it's just unstoppable, Jesse. And we all know what Brandon can do when he turns it on. 50 points in his last outing. But when he's not here, they do a great job of moving the basketball around, and they do things of that nature. So it makes it tough, but it also makes it more of a game, because you're more predictable to play a team like that. So for them, the Crocs just trying to figure out a way to continue playing the way they've been playing all season.
The leading scorers in the ball game presented by Polywealth Management. Terrell Alfred with 17 points, Cornelius Reynolds with 16, and Grant Gullett with 14, if I can count my tallies and math that up correctly. But a 45-38 ball game, Alvin. Both of these teams trying to fight for this FBA championship. The Claremont Crocs have kind of hit cruise control, but I wish we had, like a darker noise here we could play, because we have reached the money quarter. It's the third quarter. 5 seconds have gone off the clock. We had a shot clock malfunction, which is why you are here with us. But we're going to go back down to the floor now as everything seems to be figured out. And gameplay is ready to go.
Maybe.
Nah. Or so I thought.
Debatable. But this is really where the Flight come alive. In their last game, they came back from 30-plus points and really poured it on in the second half. And that's really something that Coach Luna has been focused on this week in practice, just making sure guys understood that this is going to be a closing game.
There's a three from Grant Gullett.
Grant Gullett coming alive in the second half, just like the doctor ordered. Great job knocking down that corner tray ball.
Grant Gullett now with 17 points in the game. Ball knocked away by the Flight. And Daniel Luna recovers. Hoff sets his feet for three. Off the backside of the rim. Rebound Crocs. Kenny Long to the outside. Daniel Luna couldn't bank it in. And the rebound by Caleb Winfrey. Glegg with a 4-point deficit. Outside. Alfred another one. Off the front side of the iron. They need Alfred to stay hot here in the second half.
And that's one thing that the Croc organization prides themselves on, tiring out superstars.
Ball knocked away. Now a foot on the line for Daniel Luna. His second chance is off. And here comes a third chance for the Claremont Crocs. That three's sunk. Cody Hoff.
Rebounds and knocking down shots. If you get enough attempts at it, someone's going to knock down a three. Great job by Crocs getting multiple attempts at the basket and coming away with the tree ball.
Cody Hoff out of Madison, Wisconsin. Actually, where I will be in 2 weeks.
Try out the cheese there.
I'm going to try. I'm lactose intolerant, Alvin.
Hey, that's why we got wet wipes.
I'll try out the vegan cheese. 48-41. And an offensive foul by the Flight.
Even though he got that penalty right there, Coach King loves the aggression Terrell has came with early on, and that's what he's trying to get the rest of his team to focus on. Hone in on this aggression, hone in on the emotion you feel. It's an elimination game for a reason. This is championship basketball. Play like it.
The bank shot by Toiloy is good. He's got 6.
With the sheepish smile at the end, Steve Toiloy with a bucket, the fader.
9-point lead for the Claremont Crocs. Alfred, shifty inside, up with the left hand. He missed it. And a goaltend.
That's a good job by Terrell, really staving off that defense, because we all know what Cornelius is chasing you down, what he can do off the glass. Man, it's a scary thing to see if you're an offensive player. So good job using his body, getting some contact, and trying to get that one to go, not allowing Cornelius to block that.
Long, down low. Toiloy able to corral that one in. And a bullet pass down to Kenny Long, who was cutting towards the basket, lead back to 9.
And Winfrey just telling him communicate on that. That's a great cut by Kenny Long, using his angles very well, and a great pass, great finish.
That ball stolen away by Daniel Luna. And Luna falls to the floor, going the other direction.
Daniel Luna looking like Ed Reed in the backfield, coming out of his backfield on that break.
Gullett against Toiloy. Love this matchup. He fades away. Good.
And this is a wrinkle he's put in. That last game, they put Steve on him and really shut him down because he wasn't able to attack the basket. Right now, utilizing that mid-range jump shot. Oh, wow. Big board by Caleb.
Caleb Winfrey to Alfred. Pump fakes. Now Gullett spinning right. Triple teamed outside. Winfrey for 3. And now Reynolds going the other way.
Left is short, but you're going to get many opportunities. As there's a block right there, but you're going to get many opportunities when Grant Gullett gets the ball in the post. They're continuing that double team. So if you're a ball handler, if you're a shooter and you know you're spotting up, as soon as Grant Gullett gets that ball on the post, know that ball is going to have to come out. He's either going to shoot it quick or he's going to have to kick it quick, because that double team's coming. Be ready to shoot.
Reynolds' first one is no good.
Reynolds, 3 of 5 from the stripe in their last game. Not able to get his first one to go. But how about Jesse O showing off the threads in the money quarter?
I've been wearing these threads all day, Alvin.
Hey, but you ain't showed off yet. Right there, flexing off. You know, letting everybody know you hit the gym every day and twice on Sundays. He hit the gym before this game, for those of you who are wondering.
And I'll go after. Terry Cleveland with the right hand, off the mark. 53-45. So Coach King almost in desperation mode here in the third quarter.
Third quarter, you're down, but you're playing as hard as you can, and guys are starting to pick up the intensity. Just got to find a way to box out.
Toiloy putting it through and flexing.
Oh, man. That's a bucket for Steve. Just way too strong for anyone on this court. He might have to go small. Steve does not care.
A 3 in the key on Steve Toiloy, 1-shot technical. A 10-point lead for the Claremont Crocs. This is their largest lead of the ball game.
And this is pretty big for the Crocs. They had a lead up really until 5 minutes until that fourth quarter. Well, they had to lead the whole game, but it was a comfortable lead up until that point in the game in their last outing. Now, flight reeling a little bit, trying to find anything to ignite their offense and send them on the positive path.
The player who could well be the MVP in the league is not here. He is in Alabama right now, trying out for his hometown G League team, Brandon Moss. And the Flight are missing him and his 38.3 points per game. Bounce pass inside, taken away by the Crocs.
That's a good look, but Cornelius Reynolds read that all the way. Great job getting a hand out there.
Long up with the left hand, it's good. The floater falls in the lead to 11.
Kenny Long just too good to leave alone in that post. You cannot let him get that far.
Glegg, right side, Aristide, down low. Grant Gullett can't put that one in. And a foul by Aristide as Cornelius Reynolds was going in transition across the half-court line.
That's a smart foul right there. Cornelius probably would have tore the rim off and given his team so much energy that would have ignited another run.
(57-46). Now here comes the Crocs. 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Toyloy down low, Cody Hoth underneath, puts it through.
Great job. Just beast moding on that block, exploding through contact.
13-point lead for the Claremont Crocs, and Grant Gullett can't get that one to fall. Right side, there's the layup by Cornelius Reynolds. The third quarter, the money quarter, being won by the Claremont Crocs. 6.5 minutes to go in the third. Alfred, the basket counts.
What a lay by Terrell Alfred. That's winner mentality right there, but how about this Croc squad going crazy in the money quarter? Just bucket after bucket after bucket, playing stout defense. This Croc team's trying to go home. During that halftime interview, Coach Luna told me, he looked me dead in my eyes and said he's not trying to play tomorrow. He's trying to end this now. His guys are trying to end it now, and you're seeing it put on display with the energy, the effort, and the precision this team has come out with.
And a foul on the floor. 61-49 with 6:17 to go. That one goes against Terrell Alfred. Flight have to find something within themselves here. It's a 61-49 game. Underneath, Mo Williams can't make the reverse. And here comes Aristide and the Flight. They give it to Alfred, who's been their best player this ball game. Alfred down the lane. Couldn't get that one to fall. Mo Williams, right side, and another block by Gullett, his fourth of the game. Alfred, back to Glegg, fires a three. It's good!
That's a huge shot by Elliot Glegg, the walk-off three. One of the most efficient shooters from beyond the arc in this league, coming alive, hitting a big-time three for his team.
Ball stolen away by the Flight. Here's Gullett, right side. Alfred three off the front. Terry Cleveland the rebound. Now to the left. Glegg, his mid-range jumper is legal and lethal.
It's illegal to shoot that well from the field. This is the run that the Flight needs to go on right now.
A 7-point lead for the Claremont Crocs. 5 minutes to go. It's a 1-0 lead in the series for the Crocs. Inside, Reynolds out to Luna, foot on the line. Couldn't get that one to fall. Reynolds, the rebound, the putback, it's good.
Wow, that's such a strong lay right there by Cornelius Reynolds. Once again, dominating the interior.
The lead back to 9. Glegg up top.
Oh my.
Going left. Lost the handle of it, and he had to save it from going out of bounds, but he turns it over to the Crocs. Mo Williams, stutter step down the lane to Toyloy, and Toyloy couldn't hang on to it. a kick ball by the Flight.
Steve Torloy not trying to get off the court right now. He's feeling good. Let's see what he's going to produce.
Timeout by the Flight, 63-54. 4 minutes and 19 seconds left to go in Alvin's money quarter. Who will win it? We will see in 55 seconds. (54-63) is the score. You can take a look at all the teams from around the league: the Storm, Pride, St. Pete Tide, Gainesville Mighty Oaks, Tampa Gunners, and Bobcats, and it came down to the Claremont Crocs and the Florida Flight.
And how about the intensity from both of these two teams? Desperation mode has come into full effect as the clock ticks on. Only a 9-point discrepancy in the scoreboard. Claremont up 1-0 in this series. How about the effort from the underdogs coming and putting it to the #1 team in the league in their last game?
Reynolds puts that one up right before the shot clock expired, and another block by Grant Gullett, but Reynolds cutting down the lane. He's got 24.
That's a great job getting the block, but the defensive possession does not end until you secure that defensive board. Right there, Cornelius Reynolds able to get that board and put it back up, and that's why he's so lethal for his organization.
Alfred just a little bit strong on the three. Billy Aristide fighting for the rebound down on the right block, and it goes out of the Crocs last.
And that's a good job getting the board and giving them another opportunity to get points up.
.336 to go in the third. Aristide, Glegg to the right. Gullett now underneath, banks it in.
I literally watched Grant Gullett on that possession just work for the ball. His teammates made sure to maneuver away to get him the ball with that mismatch. Phenomenal job by the Flight, and even better job by Grant to finish that in traffic.
Billingsley, one step in. It's good. It's swished through the net.
Every time the Flight think they have some hope, the Crocs come right back and snuff it all out. Great job by Billingsley.
Alfred beyond the arc. Reynolds the rebound. Flight trail by 11.
That's a heat check for Terrell, but now you got to lock up.
Reynolds. And now Billingsley out to Mo Williams. 4-3. Turner underneath. Yes, sir! Drew the foul. Turner with 4 points for a chance at 5. The lead up to 13 for the Claremont Crocs.
Wow. Monster board by Nick. Even better finish. Phenomenal job on the boards. He's been so aggressive this whole season. As soon as he came in about midway through, just exploded. His athletic ability is just uncanny. His ability to jump up so quick, his quick twitch muscle is on fire right now. A chance to cap off a three-point play, and what an electrifying way to make your impact on this game.
2 minutes and 28 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Nick Turner misses that one. Flight still have hope. There is a chance. There's a good chance.
There's a lot of basketball left.
They've come back from these type of deficits before.
It's just uncomfortable, but you can definitely come back.
Blake off the mark on the mid-range from up top.
I don't know if you watched high school football, but a team came back 18 points. They scored 18 points in 1 minute in the fourth to win a game versus Bishop Gorman, which is a very, very good football team.
Glegg. Couldn't find that one.
I say all that to say this. Anything is possible. Do not stop playing until you see 3 zeros on that shot clock.
Waldo. Gullett now other way. 1:30 to go to Alfred, and Alfred banks it in.
Terrell Alfred having some hammy issues.
He needs a timeout. Turner jamming it down. And Coach King is going to use a timeout. Terrell Alfred is in a good amount of pain. He's on the floor. He was grabbing his hamstring. A 71-58 game with 1 minute and 18 seconds left to go in the third. You know, you got to hope it's a cramp, but
it looks like it. It looks like it when he was running back. He gave the I want to go, but the hammy does not. So hopefully that's all it is, and just some fluid, some good old-fashioned stretching to get that form. Terrell been so dynamic, really put the team on his back early on in this game and just been phenomenal.
71-58, we're going to take an injury timeout.
Poly Wealth Management is an innovative provider of wealth management and financial planning services. For over 2 decades, our advisors have been providing clients with sound, professional, and unbiased financial advice, investment management, and wealth planning. Our philosophy has remained unchanged through the years, and that is to make what can be a complex process straightforward and easy to understand. We specialize in the creation and protection of wealth through comprehensive financial, insurance, and retirement planning.
The Flight came into this game at 12-2. The Claremont Crocs 11-3 came into the playoffs with those records. Both won their semifinals games. The Flight played the Gainesville Mighty Oaks. The Claremont Crocs played the St. Pete Tide. And now the Flight trailing 1-0 in the series, in a 3-game series. And so it's win or go home for them.
It's elimination day. And right now, Claremont, they want to keep their Sunday for Sunday night football. They do not want to come out from Claremont. And the way that they've been playing this game has just been dynamic, Jesse. I just love the energy they've played with, sticking true to their identity. And really, it's hard-nosed basketball. Offensive boards, defensive boards, harassing the ball carrier, forcing difficult shots and forcing turnovers. They've done a great job at that, and that's why they're at this lead.
71-58. 1:17 to go in the third. What an unbelievable season this has been, Alvin. It's carried us over the course of 6 months.
Yeah, phenomenal. Just came a long way watching these teams grow and the broadcast grow as well, and the things we're able to do, and just love the way these guys competed day in and day out. Phenomenal season. Hats off to both of these two teams to make it this far, and hopefully we'll get a game 3.
Glegg for 3. Good!
Elliot Glegg doing his best job to will his team.
Mo Williams trying to find that one right back. Don Nelson in the game. Flips it back, and Turner couldn't put that one through. Gullett fouled on the rebound, loose ball foul.
That's great effort. Just love the effort both of these two teams are playing with. Granted, it is championship basketball, but love the effort they've been playing with.
Donnelly in the game, number 24. This is his first appearance this season. Blake dancing, trying to find Gullett on the right block, and he does. Gullett against Billingsley. They'll double team him. Cross-court pass. Caleb Winfrey towing the three-point line, and he sinks the three from the outside.
Wow, what a shot by Caleb Winfrey. That's what you're going to have to do. Ball's going to have to move around the horn or cross court, and Caleb being a beneficiary of a good pass and knocking it down. But love the defense, the one-on-one defense by the Crocs.
Caleb Winfrey was present for the first 5 games of the season and then took some time off, averaging 9.6 points per game, just under 4 rebounds and over an assist in his time of play, but 18% from beyond the arc and 81% shooting. 11 seconds to go. So we take a 30-second timeout here in the third quarter, a 71-64 ball game. We'll be right back. Just over 10 seconds left to go in the third quarter. A 71-64 game. Florida Flight still trailing, but it's kind of been a back and forth money quarter. Not in score, but just in baskets made.
Well, this is not a huge deficit either. There's so much basketball. They're in good shape.
Mo Williams inside, couldn't make the shot over Terry Cleveland. Here's Gullett, the second leading scorer for the Flight. 1 second left to go. He's fouled as he went up for 3. Very off balance with 1.3 seconds left to go. He threw it up in desperation and now gets 3 free throws.
Wow. You know, with the pace that he was going, and there was only 5 seconds, I'm thinking you got some shooters on the wings, but for him to get that shot to go and get that call, hey, hats off to Grant Gullett pushing the pace right there. Now he has an opportunity to make these free throws because this is huge. Nice back and forth battle in the money quarter. Put yourself in a good position to make a strong push in the fourth.
Grant Gullett, your man, Alvin.
Love the energy he brings, love the effort he plays with, and granted, these finals have been difficult for him, and this last game was a tough one. Not scoring the amount of points we were accustomed to seeing him score, but did a lot defensively. 3 steals, 1 block, and he moved the ball well with 6 assists. But in this one, he just turned it around, and it really comes from just utilizing that mid-range and forcing them to respect your jump shot, because when they respect your jump shot, they're crowding you. That gives you the lanes to attack, and you can utilize the screen and do things of that nature. When your shot's falling, your whole game opens up. So love seeing him do that, but hats off to this Claremont organization and the effort that they've played with. They brought their hard hat and their lunch pail, so to speak, with the amount of boards they've gotten and just the way they fought this entire game and this entire season.
I will say, Alvin, your metaphors are kind of unrivaled.
I learned that in my 3rd semester at Jer Bear Academy.
24 points for your guy, Grant Gullett. And the timeout on the floor, so we'll bring it into us with 1.3 seconds left to go. 71-67 is the score. Alvin, this money quarter, like I said, a little bit back and forth with baskets made, but still the Flight trailing. What is that, by 4? If I can do my math correctly. Yeah, let's go with 4. Anyways, we'll bring you over into us sitting courtside. And this is the Florida Basketball Association presented by Polywealth Management. Just thought I'd throw that out there. And now we can get back more into the gameplay. Jesse O. Alvin Delvey, our fantastic producer. Jerry Pettit is sitting to my left. You are not able to see him, but know that he is here and he is making us sound and feel good. Correct.
I feel great because of Jerry. He's the reason for the season.
He is the reason we keep coming back each and every day. That and our love for basketball as well, correct?
Yeah, that's like third. It's really just Jerry and then
what's
Jer
second?
Bear, and then, I come here for basketball.
Just the being able to call him Jer Bear is the second reason to come out? Okay.
I will drive however long. But it doesn't matter if gas is $3 or $4. I will get here because of Jer Bear.
And we're going to go back down to the floor now. Why not on that note? With 1.3 seconds left to go, 71-67. The inbound to Reynolds, and Kenny Long will dribble this one out. Well, the third quarter won by the Claremont Crocs, and 89% of the time this season, whoever's won the money quarter has won the ball game. So will that stay true here in the second game of the FBA Finals, or will the Florida Flight make a comeback? We'll be right back in 52 seconds. (71-67). The fourth quarter is upon us. Could this be the final quarter of the Florida Flight season, or can they prolong this to a Game 3, the final game of the FBA Finals? Jesse O. Alvin Delvey, Jerry Pettit, bringing you FBA basketball today and all season long. Daniel Luna off to the right on the 3. Flight trailing by 4. Gullett right up top, gives it up to Glegg, guarded by Luna. Glegg at the Insignia center court, goes in, left side. Terry Cleveland, a must-need 3, and he airballed it.
That was a great job facilitating by Elliot Glegg. Nice deception with the ball and getting Terry a good shot. Terry unable to get that to fall.
Glegg picks up the foul.
That's a good effort right there. Good idea to shoot that gap.
Reynolds couldn't make that one. Here's Glegg as Gullett fell down to the floor.
And that's just guys battling. Jesse, it's championship basketball. This is elimination game. Things are going to get sweaty. Things going to get crazy. Guys going to throw some bows here and there, right there. Cornelius and Grant going after it on the block. That's what you expect. I mean,
not as many dunks as you probably would like today, huh?
That's exactly where I was going to go. I was like, not as many throwdowns as I would have liked. Guys, easing up on the rim.
Yeah.
This is a nice gym. Tear that rim off. They'll be good. Seems like they got money to pay for it. or Jesse will.
Absolutely not.
Big high roller over here, Berkeley grad.
Oh, thank you.
Flex a little bit, Jesse. It's okay.
Thank you.
You see the suit he has on. If you see him in the parking lot, ask for a couple bucks.
Why, because I'm wearing a light blue suit
and
a watch?
Oh, just a watch, huh? See, he has a Rolex on his wrist right now talking about just a watch. So go ahead and ask him for a couple bucks. He's good for it.
Am I though, really?
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk, everyone.
Flight turned the ball over. Reynolds left side, back up top. Long, one dribble in, and now Reynolds fouled.
Every time I see Reynolds jump up with that intensity, I feel like he's just going to detonate on the rim. And granted, that's a great play, getting to that line. I'm just a little selfish. I want a poster. I want a new screensaver. I got my mom on it. I've had that picture for about 3 years, and I'd love a new poster.
Your mom, that's very sweet. I will say, I'm going to dig myself a hole here. My mother is not mine. She probably should be.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. I have my buddies are my lock screen, and then T'Challa, Black Panther, is my home screen.
Well, that's actually
in the ancestral plane.
You know what's
with
crazy?
Like the purple world and everything. Purple's my favorite color.
That
so,
I understand that, because that's a beautiful picture.
Yeah.
If I didn't love my mom as much as I do, I mean, granted, 2 years is a long time. I think I might go to that ancestral plane, because I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about that for a long time. And granted, Mom knows I love her.
I mean, I could. You know what I could do is I could do like my mom, dad, and my sister on my lock screen, and then my home screen, just Jerry. Jerry's face.
I think I might have to do Jerry home screen and then his beard as my lock screen. I think that might,
just the beard only?
I think that might get it done.
Cream or no cream?
Oh, cream. It has to be a glistening shot.
Alfred catch and shoot. Good for three. It's a 3-point ball game.
No hammy, no problem. Terrell able to knock down a tray ball coming off of his injury. Love that.
27 points for Terrell Alfred, who is averaging just under 18 a game this season. Reynolds spinning in and good.
Spinning and winning. Great move by Cornelius Reynolds, once again giving his team buckets on the block.
Got it! Grant Gullett. Good for three, and it's a 2-point lead for the Claremont Crocs.
Shots are falling now on both sides. This is championship basketball.
Other side, that layup is missed. Grant Gullett, the pass ahead to Alfred, and Alfred has that one taken away, was lackadaisical getting back. Reynolds tried to throw that one down, and a foul on Grant Gullett.
Oh, my
okay?
Lanta, I am not okay. I love that by Cornelius, because Grant Gullett is a shot blocker. You cannot go up for a layup around Grant Gullett. Great job, try to finish over the top, because either you get the best poster of the season or you get a trip to the line. I love Grant, but I'm not going to lie, I wanted either a block or a poster.
So foul will send Cornelius Reynolds to the line.
But also, Jesse,
Alvin, are you okay?
That's great energy by Grant. If someone's trying to dunk on you, Jesse, in a championship game,
I'm not letting that happen.
Do you either want to be on ESPN, and it's you? Your mom's going to see this. No. Absolutely not. Meet him at the top, or you foul him really hard. Great job by Grant. You give up that foul every single time. Love that for those two. Going after it.
Alvin likes good basketball. Aggressive basketball.
Hard-nosed basketball. Play above the rim if you can.
We can't call it Hard Knocks, because then, you get sued by HBO.
Jerry's going to come, and not our Jerry.
Reynolds with 30, the first player to 30 in the ball game, and a 4-point lead for the Claremont Crocs. Gullett outside, guarded by Toyle, now underneath. A quick pass to the left. Here's Terrell Alfred.
Now
Gullett stepping back. Missed that one. Waldo, the second chance. And the putback by Grant Gullett. He came flying in from Africa.
Yes, sir. Love that for Grant Gullett. Great job attacking the rim and finishing up top.
Steve Toyle missed that one, and a big rebound by Gullett. Glegg, other side now. And he almost has that one taken away, and it is taken away by the Claremont Crocs. Kenny Long the steal in a 2-point ball game. Throws it left. Daniel Luna for three. Boom! The lead extended.
That's a huge three by Daniel Luna. One half of the lunatic lighting it up from the corner. This is championship basketball. Wow, what a sequence, huh, Jesse?
80-75 from the left elbow. Got it! Terrell Alfred, a three-point game.
No cap, no problem. It does not matter. Terrell Alfred is a three-level scorer right there, knocking it down from the mid-range.
80-77. Cornelius Reynolds to the right side, guarded by Alfred. Tries to get around him, dribbling with the left hand, now puts it up, couldn't bank it in. Adam Waldo with the rebound. 8 minutes to go in regulation. The bounce pass into Waldo. Waldo putting it up, and he couldn't make the layup. Unbelievable. Must-need shot. Cody Hoth to the left side, and it goes out off of Caleb Winfrey last. Good defense there by Winfrey.
That's great energy by Winfrey, attacking that, not allowing him any breathing room. Phenomenal job by Caleb.
80-77. The bounce pass into Toyloy, guarded by Waldo. There's Kenny Long cutting towards the basket. Missed the layup. A block by Glegg. Down on the left block, and Glegg on the floor. A jump ball. Wow. Glegg and Kenny Long.
What about that matchup? They've been going at it all game, and him to get that block. But Kenny, the smoked brisket. We've seen smoked brisket on one side a couple of times, and now we see smoked brisket right here. We're going to be eating very good tomorrow. But gotta love the energy by both of these teams right here. Getting after it.
Jerry, I swear, half of the things that come out of Alvin's mouth are related. Like, everything is related to basketball, but half the things, if you just heard it out in the world, you'd be like, oh, okay. Like, there's no way that could ever be related to basketball, but this guy somehow finds a way.
I learned from the best. Don't you want some smoked brisket now?
Can we not talk about food?
That sounds delicious.
Let's not talk about food.
Man, what a sequence.
Although I did have Culver's for the first time last week, now that I'm thinking about it.
That was phenomenal. I was so happy for you. I felt like I was eating it for the first time.
The jump ball, won by the Crocs. Here's Toyloy, right side. Out to David Luna, back to Toyloy against Adam Waldo. The big man on the big man, beef on beef. Toyloy dribbling in with his opposite hand. And an offensive foul.
He traveled on that one, and that's a great job. That's a great job by Waldo, banging with him, forcing him to drag that foot. And look at them going back and forth.
A three-point game.
What do you think a conversation like that goes like? Hey, what type of creatine do you use when you lift?
Glegg known to hit big shots in big moments, and he gets through the lane and banks it in. It's a one-point game. Elliot Glegg putting the team on his back. He's got 16.
That's a disgusting hesitation by Elliot, freezing the defense, and he explodes. The quick change of speed leaves his defenders in the dust.
Glegg in a little bit of pain. Having trouble getting around on the floor right now. Reynolds, wide open three. Good! From beyond the arc.
What a game. Neither team wanting to let up. Shots are falling on both ends. Cornelius Reynolds with the knockdown.
A 4-point game. Alfred. Here's Winfrey from the left elbow. That one's put through the basket.
One of those shots where it's like, oh no, oh no, oh yes. Grant Gullett and Elliot Glegg open on both corners. Caleb Winfrey called his own number and made it. Great job by Caleb with the confidence to knock it down.
Underneath, Cody Hoth putting it through. Back to a 4-point lead.
Cody Hoth lifts weights. Big boy banging on the block.
Alfred, a three. Off to the left. I think he forced that one.
Yes.
Reynolds, a good dribble down to the right block. I don't know if he lost that or he meant to do that. Cody Hoth putting the team on his shoulders. He extends the lead to 6.
What a sequence for Cody. A quick 4-point turnaround, banging on the block and then knocking it down from mid-range. Both teams have 3-level scorers, and you love to see them open up their packages.
Glegg, the mid-range. That one's a swish through the net. Elliot Glegg, the lethal mid-range shooter.
The leaner and a fader, fading baseline. Elliot Glegg works on that jump shot a lot. I've seen the dribbling drills he does and the work he puts on his game, and right there, you're seeing it come to fruition.
Reynolds, and now wide open is Caleb Winfrey, and he'll throw it down with infection. 87-85, a 2-point game. 5:02 left to go in the fourth quarter. We will be right back. Lots of excitement here in Orlando, Florida. This has been the best fourth quarter of the season. 87-85 with 5 minutes and 2 seconds left to go in regulation. Alvin, what are you loving? Besides the dunks.
Everything. Shots are falling. The mindset of these players, aggressive, attacking, ball movement, defensive pressure, fighting through adversity. A couple of guys are banged up on the flight side, but they're playing through it, and they're playing very well through it. Love everything about this fourth quarter. This is championship basketball.
Arstide forcing Toyle to go baseline, and Toyle wins the battle there. Back to a 4-point lead for the Claremont Crocs. Toyle with 10 points. Winfrey to the right side. Alfred beyond the arc, guarded by Hoth. Cross court. Grant Gullett a pump fake. Now shoes off Cornelius Reynolds. Steps back out beyond the arc. Good job of the officials of letting them play through this thing. There is Grant Gullett down inside. The lead cut to 2 for the Claremont Crocs.
On his head top, Grant Gullett lifts weights. Big boy move and a big boy finish.
That ball taken away from Toyloy. The flight trailing by 2. Here's Glegg up top. He'll give it to the arguably one of the other best players on the floor, Grant Gullett. Now here's Alfred, who's been fire all game.
But Jesse, they have not been able to get over this 2-point hump.
Winfrey to tie it up. A great cut to the basket. Alfred to Winfrey. We're tied up at 89 in game 2 of the FBA Finals.
Wow, what a turnaround. The same recipe from the last game. Huge production in the fourth quarter coming alive now.
Mo Williams off to the right side. The rebound by Alfred. Glegg to the right. And he has that one taken away by Mo Williams. And a foul by Glegg.
Good foul, but he got doubled on that. He was trying to find a way to get it to Billy on that roll. There was no one there, but that's an even better job of doubling by the Crocs because, man, they put all their eggs in one basket. Jesse, how are you doing right now?
I'm cool.
Woo, I'm not.
Yeah.
I am not okay.
I can see it in your face. I can see it in your body. I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, why we don't have the camera on Alvin and I right now. Alvin has not stopped moving in the last 3 minutes of gameplay.
I cannot.
Mo Williams into the basket, the lead back to the Crocs.
That cannot happen. Not helping their teammates. Big, well, not really that big.
Well, it's like you got to have the help side D come over.
Yeah, it should be a big one, but it's really not. 2 points.
Alfred for the lead. Off the backside of the rim. And Long pulls that one in for the Crocs. Under 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Williams, Long 2. Long the rebound, out to Toyloy. And now Williams with the rock yet again.
How about the mentality of the Claremont Crocs? The shortest man on the court is the one who comes down with the offensive rebound.
Long against Glegg, and Glegg forcing him to go right. And Long couldn't finish with the left hand. Glegg the rebound. And now he'll run right off a screen from Aristide. Winfrey had 0 points coming into the fourth quarter, now has 9. Will give it up top to Glegg. Aristide guarded by Toiloy. Winfrey running the baseline, was wide open there.
Trying to utilize that matchup with Grant Gullett.
Alfred, Glegg for the lead. Boom! Elliot Glegg, a 92-91 game. Glegg has been in the spotlight all season and has lived up to it. Final 2 minutes of the ball game. Underneath, a foul by Aristide. Williams goes to the line. A minute 51 to play.
That's a big shot by Elliot Glegg, and on the other end, I cannot lie, I do not agree with that call right there. It's less than 2 minutes left in an elimination game. 1 point, you do not call a foul like that. But how about the energy from this flight organization coming alive in the fourth quarter? Big shots by big-time players, and we cannot speak enough good about the energy and production we get on a daily basis from Elliot Glegg. Huge missed free throw.
Billy Aristide will come out. Adam Waldo in for the flight. 92-91 is the score.
That's a huge miss, Jesse.
Mo Williams will tie it up again.
This is what you play for. This is what you dream about as a kid. Championship game.
Gullett, does he have another vintage moment in him? He puts his team up by 2. Grant Gullett with 33 points. He's tied with Cornelius Reynolds for the leading scorers in the game. Mo Williams, boom, for 3.
Big-time players make big-time plays.
That was a long 2 for Mo Williams, who now has 11 points. We're all tied up at 94. Gullett out beyond the arc, and they'll switch Kenny Long onto him. Winfrey pumping a 3. And a good fight for the rebound there by Grant Gullett. What a fourth quarter he's having. 33 points for the big man out of Palm Beach Atlantic University.
Well, Grant Gullett is no slouch. He's a superstar for this team, and he's been playing like it. This game, a complete 180 from his last game. 10 points in his last showing, 2 from 12 from the field. Was not able to see a long ball drop. And in this game, 33 points, multiple threes, a dunk, multiple boards. He's comfortably sitting in double digits there. Phenomenal display of offense, but he also has 3 blocks to bat for defense. Phenomenal job.
A timeout on the floor. We're tied up at 94. A minute and 9 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. A minute and 9 seconds left in regulation. We're all tied up at 94. Mo Williams going right, now into Toiloy. Toiloy, an offensive foul.
That's a huge call. But either way, if it was a no call, Caleb Winfrey got his elbow on the ball with that block. So either way, it was going Flight's direction. But now, 58 seconds left on the clock. This is where you got to score. Knot it up, 94-94. Jesse, this is what you play for. This is what you work out for in the gym. This is what you're thinking of. Moments like this. Who's going to come up and make a big play for their team to give them the opportunity to play tomorrow or send them home now.
94 apiece. 58.9 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Wow, what a fourth quarter.
Jesse O, that's Alvin Delvey sitting next to me in a 94-94 game and an unbelievable finish here in the playoffs. I have no idea who's going to win this game.
No one in the gym has any clue. I'm sweating like I'm playing right now. Coach Luna agrees. Coach King agrees. Even this audience agrees.
94-94. Gullett to the left side. Glegg fighting over a screen. Now the bounce pass into Gullett. In on Reynolds. Gullett fading away. And it won't go in. The rebound by Kenny Long. 32 seconds left to go in the fourth.
This is a huge defensive possession for the Flight.
Mo Williams. 22 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Toiloy. And the block by Gullett down low. Waldo. Glegg wants a timeout. 15 seconds left to go. The Florida Flight might have the last shot of the ball game.
Wow. What a block by Grant Gullett. That is the play of this game thus far. Steve Toiloy with a big move to get multiple defenders to fall off. He is isoed on the block. All he has to do is turn and dunk it, but Grant Gullett with the Superman cape on gets his fourth block with less than 30 seconds in the game. That is a huge block for the Flight, and now they have opportunity to win this game or go into overtime.
15 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter in regulation. And if this game went into overtime, I'm not going to lie, my heart actually is pounding now. This is a very exciting game. The Crocs lead the series 1-0. The Flight trying to force a game 3. It's win or go home for the Flight here, and they have the last shot of the fourth quarter. Who do they go to? It's either got to be, do you think it's Glegg or Gullett, or do they throw in a wild card, Caleb Winfrey, who has gotten all of his points in the ballgame here in the fourth quarter?
Well, to initiate it, I would try to get Elliot Glegg a clean look, but you're not gonna shoot it, obviously. But I love the way Terrell Alfred has been with his decision making. You want to get multiple people to touch the basketball, but then you want to hold it, and whoever has the hot hand, you get a good look. You got 15 seconds. It's a tie game. Worst case scenario, you're going to overtime, but you play it safe here. You do not want to give Claremont an opportunity to run out in transition and send you home.
6 months in the making. It all comes down to 15 seconds, and we'll go back down to the floor for gameplay. The Flight have the ball.
Well, Jesse, when you have the ball in the lead, you're in good hands, but when you have the ball and no shot clock, you're in even better hands.
Shot clock is off. The game clock at 15 seconds exactly.
Wow, I am excited. My body's in fight or flight. No pun intended.
The Flight go with Billy Aristide, Grant Gullett down low, Winfrey, Alfred, and Glegg will run the point.
Yes.
And the Crocs, Cornelius Reynolds and Steve Toiloy will have the task of blocking Aristide and Gullett down low. Cody Hoff, Mo Williams, and Kenny Long. And another timeout taken here by the Flight, so we're going to have to wait this one out, and we'll bring it back to us real quick. So Coach King burning all of his timeouts here. A little bit of a lull in the action. Do you think this could benefit them more than take away from them with this second timeout? What do you think?
Well, they didn't like what they saw. So you call a timeout. You do not want to waste this possession. This is the single most, outside of Grant Gullett's heroic effort to give you this possession, this is the biggest possession of the game, because if you get a good look, if you carry this momentum and get a good possession, you're firing on all cylinders. Even if you miss it, you're firing on all cylinders going into overtime. Now, if you get a bad look, or if you give a turnover, you lose the game, really. But if you get a bad look, it could be a detriment going into overtime. So you want to make sure you get a clean look, a good look, one that everyone is positive with or is happy with, and from then on you can live with the result.
Game 3 would be tomorrow, 1:15 tip-off, and the word on the street is that 38-point per game man Brandon Moss will be back for that game if it were to come down to a Game 3, which that could be pretty exciting. There's nothing better than a winner-take-all game in any sport at any level. So we're going to go back down to the floor now as we get set for the final 15 seconds of action. Game 2 of the FBA Championship presented by Poly Wealth Management. The season started in March. We're here a couple weekends into September, and a 94-94 game. Alfred out beyond the arc. They'll give it up to Grant Gullett with 8 seconds left to go. Gullett in on Hoth. Gullett puts it through with 2.5 left to go.
Oh my goodness.
Grant Gullett always has a vintage moment in himself. With 2.5 seconds left to go, the Crocs call a timeout once they got the rebound. And now the Claremont Crocs get the ball back. So who do they go to, Alvin?
Wow. Well, I would initiate the offense. 2.5 seconds, you don't have time to initiate the offense. I would give it to Cornelius Reynolds or Kenny Long, but I'm also comfortable with Cody Hoth being the third option and him getting the ball and being able to shoot it. But you got to get a shot up. What a shot by Grant Gullett, able to bully his way to the post and get it to fall a surefire way. But now you have to make sure you play with your heart out to not allow a 3-ball to fall.
96-94. You just cannot let a 3 get made here.
No threes and no fouls. You cannot afford to foul a 3-point shooter and give them the opportunity to ice the game and send you home from the line, but you cannot allow them to get a shot. You get beat.
Back down on the floor now as Jerry is signaling me that we're going back down. Sorry to cut you off there, Alvin.
You will allow yourself to get beat. If you're going to make a mistake, you're going to make a mistake on an error of closing out hard, and you will let a blow-by happen and go into overtime.
2.5 seconds left to go. This is what you've been waiting for all season long, Alvin. The Crocs still have 1 timeout left to go. If they don't like something, they can use it. The inbound from Mo Williams. And a timeout on the floor. So Coach Maxi Luna will burn his final timeout. And I'm not going to lie, my heart is racing.
Yeah, because I watched Dame Lillard. I've watched what he's done with these times, and he's waved them by. And I don't know, when we're playing 2K right now, there's new animation where you can wave the guy by. And I am just beyond myself. My heart is palpitating. You see the sweat glistening off my forehead because this has just been high intensity and just high rising. Great basketball on both ends. Just love the intensity these two teams have come with. And for it to end this way is just fitting. 2 of the juggernauts in this league playing completely different styles of basketball. On one end is hard-nosed, on the other end is glitz and glamour, but duking it out, playing the game the right way, coming down to a single possession to eliminate this team. This is a rivalry brewing, and now it's been boiling over, and we're watching it live in the finals.
This could be a rivalry for years to come. These 2 teams split their matches in the regular season. Each team won 1 game. So as we go back down to the floor now with 2.5 seconds left to go, let's see if the Claremont Crocs have 1 more amazing finals moment in them.
Wow.
96-94. Mo Williams from the far side to inbound. Same lineup for both teams. Williams inbounds. Reynolds for the game. And it's off to the right. The Florida Flight. We're down all game long, and they come out and force a Game 3 here in the FBA Finals. What a win for the Florida Flight. 96-94 the score. And there's nothing better than a winner-take-all Game 3 here in the FBA Finals, which will be played tomorrow. So Alvin and I will get one more chance to call a game tomorrow for the FBA. But we're going to take a break from our broadcast real quick. We're going to collect ourselves, and we're going to come back for the post-game show. Alvin, we're going to fan you a little bit.
I need
Get that sweat off that glistening forehead, and we'll be right back. Jesse O, Alvin Delvey, Jerry Pettit. We'll be back for the post-game show in just a second, but the Florida Flight come back late in the fourth quarter to win this one, 96-94. We'll be right back.
Poly Wealth Management is an innovative provider of wealth management and financial planning services. For over 2 decades, our advisors have been providing clients with sound, professional, and unbiased financial advice, investment management, and wealth planning. Our philosophy has remained unchanged through the years, and that is to make what can be a complex process straightforward and easy to understand. We specialize in the creation and protection of wealth through comprehensive financial, insurance, and retirement planning.
Welcome back to the post-game show. Jesse O, that's Alvin Delvey. Jerry Pettit is our producer. What an unbelievable performance by the Florida Flight. They trailed up until 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, and somehow they willed their team to victory. I do want to shout out Caleb Winfrey, who had no points coming into the fourth quarter and 9 big-time points. Elliot Glegg hitting big threes. It seems every game now he has a vintage moment in himself. And, of course, Grant Gullett, who probably will win team MVP on this team alongside Brandon Moss this season. Grant Gullett finishes this game with 35 points. Elliot Glegg put up 29. Terrell Alfred in his return had 29 points. Alvin Delvey, who is your player of the game?
Wow, I have to go off here because there's been the names you mentioned and their impact on this game. Caleb Winfrey didn't show up on the offensive stat sheet, but he showed up big time defensively. His energy picked his team up when the other team went on runs and just did a phenomenal job. Elliot Glegg hit the most pivotal three of the game. He doesn't make that three, the Flight don't win this game. He hits that three, they go on a run, things start to fall in place. Terrell Alfred, the way he started this game, put the team on his back. 10 of 12 of their first points were off of his back. Suffered a cramp, comes in, hits a big-time three, and just his IQ, his leadership was tremendous for this organization. And Grant Gullett, I cannot talk enough good about what he's done in this game. Started off aggressive, continued that, complete 180 from their last game, sat down, realized who he is. He is an MVP caliber player. He is a G League caliber player. Comes in, makes plays. Down the stretch, when you need a play, he gets a big-time block on their best player, Steve Toyloy, gets it off the backboard, comes down, and makes a big-time play. So my player of the game is Grant Gullett.
On the other side of the ball, the Claremont Crocs, they played one heck of a game as well. Cornelius Reynolds with 33 points. Steve Toyloy added 10. Cody Hoth with 13, Kenny Long with 11, but it wasn't enough to upset the Florida Flight, and nothing more we love than a winner take all games. So that's game 3 tomorrow, set for a 1:15 tip-off. Alvin, your final thoughts on this game and just the broader impact of this on the basketball world.
Well, this is playoff basketball. This is championship basketball. Love the way these two teams battled it out. And you can tell they've been watching film, the adjustments they've made, the wrinkles that they've put in has just been fun to watch. That double coming from the baseline against Grant was phenomenal. But then Grant has been doing his due diligence, and his wrinkle was his mid-range. So excited to see what wrinkles are going to be put in this next outing. But this next game is going to be even more spectacular. You have Brandon Moss coming back and his big personality. However, the way that they won this game, Brandon's going to have to come in there and assimilate. But when Brandon Moss turns it on, you know what he can do. So this is going to be very interesting to see how all these moving pieces are going to work for the Flight. However, this Croc organization, they're not going to take this lightly. This loss is big to them. They were up big, and they lost coming down the stretch in the most crucial moments of this game, letting a big lead go. So I'm interested to see who's going to make those plays for them on their end, and I'm excited for this elimination game.
Will the Flight go back-to-back, or will the Claremont Crocs upset the champions? 96-94 is the final score of this game, and it's a winner-takes-all game tomorrow. 6 months in the making, and the absolute last game of the season will be tomorrow afternoon. If you're on the West Coast, it'll be in the morning, so make sure you tune in. Alongside Jerry Pettit and Alvin Delvey, as always, I'm Jesse O saying good night. We'll see you tomorrow for the final game of the FBA season. We can't wait, and we'll see you there.